So chat, what's good, people? What the business is? What's up?
Hey, so I mean, SummerSlam was this past weekend, man. You got people.
Hey,
I've been seeing
hold
a lot
on,
of.
man. Chat, I promise you, y'all should see pre-pro. Y'all should see pre-production. I promise you,
No,
man.
they shouldn't. No, this ain't unreal. No, they shouldn't. SummerSlam was this past weekend, man. We got a lot to cover. I've been seeing some interesting takes about
Great
SummerSlam,
wrestling.
man. Some people saying SummerSlam better than Mania. You know what I mean? Some people was like SummerSlam was. I saw somebody say SummerSlam was everything Mania was supposed to be. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, man. SummerSlam was good. Don't get me wrong. It's the best
Right,
SummerSlam we've
very
had in a
good.
long time. Better than Mania. I don't know if I can rock with that. If you think about it, SummerSlam got, I want to say 5 matches, maybe 4, that if you were to sit down and you like, yo, I got to go back and rewatch these matches, you would probably watch 4 out of 5 matches from 2 nights. From night 1, only the opening match, the tag match was good. The tag match was really good. And then the main event with Gunther versus CM Punk. No, not to say that the rest of the card wasn't good. The rest of the card for night 1 was definitely good. But as far as matches that you like have to like sit back and lock in and watch over again, those only 2. And then 3 from night 2, the triple threat with Naomi, Rhea, and Io, the TLC tag match, and then the main event again with Cody and CM Punk. Everything in between, once again, was good, but ain't necessarily like I have to go back and see this. You know what I mean? Mania got about 6, I want to say. So it's close, but I'm going Mania. Y'all think SummerSlam was better than Mania?
In order to say that, I say we have to start with main events for main events. So let's start there. Was SummerSlam main event night 1 better than WrestleMania main event night 1? And incorporate everything, like the match, the drama, the ending, incorporate everything.
No, it wasn't, unfortunately, because it was SummerSlam was predictable.
I think it's a push.
SummerSlam was predictable.
I think it's a push.
No way.
You think Seth cashing in was
WrestleMania
predictable?
night 1.
Seth cashing in was not predictable.
I mean, even though one of us predicted it, it won't
We was
necessarily
all
like
saying that shit. Like any reasonable adult.
Shaq told me countless times, like, oh, like Seth ain't that good of an actor. Remember he said that? He said Seth ain't.
And my lawsuit to the WWE is now in motion for
He said
making
he ain't
fun
that good of an
and
actor.
mocking my disability. Yeah, so yeah, you sure are. Yeah.
You
Because
know
how
how they
Seth fell
go
is exactly how I felt. So yeah.
You know how they do it, though. They tell you if someone's hurt and what they're hurt with. You would have heard it on all the dirt sheets and everything.
You would have saw like a when they never give a
because the issue is the same way I couldn't get my MRI till like 2 or 3 weeks later also because of the swelling. Like that's why because of the swelling.
It's like you saying you trying to compare yourself to an NFL player. Like, bro, they have access to people a lot quicker than we do. We are not levels, brother. It's levels.
No.
They don't get that. You gotta wait 2 to 3 weeks for your MRI.
I am a public school, high school teacher. I'm not, but I'm talking about if your knee is if the fluid in the, if it's too swollen, take an MRI. It's too swollen, take an MRI. There's nothing you can do about that.
But here's what I was trying to tell you, Shaq. This is what I tried to tell you last week. He said give it 1 to 2 weeks and we would have a diagnosis. We got 3 weeks later and we still got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't even Seth we'll get an alert. Seth getting MRI today.
Bro said he was going to the knee nigga that everybody go to.
Dr. J.
Dr.
Man named
Dr.
In Birmingham, they said 1 to 2 weeks. I'll go to somebody out here in LA. 3 weeks went by, nothing. Know what I mean? But I'm not gonna say it was. I'm not gonna say it was predictable to the average fan. A lot of fans. It was very few people, me, Willie, and maybe a few others that was like, "Nah, Seth faking this." Majority of the fans was like, "Nah, this is real." You know what I'm saying? He not cashing in or whatnot. I'll go with
more cinematic. I mean, I don't even call it more cinematic than WrestleMania Night One with Paul Heyman betraying.
That's why you gotta ask.
Yeah,
So which? Let's start at the main event.
I'm
So what main event was better?
I'm gonna go
I would still
night.
say that a triple threat Mania Night One.
Yeah, triple threat. Yeah. Now, obviously, night two main event of SummerSlam is light years better than night two of WrestleMania.
Right.
Which we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get into all of that later. But before we finish this discussion, to all my people that still watch wrestling, join in with us because we're gonna continue this. You know what I mean? But thank you for locking in with us. This is episode 46 of Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. Shaq is here, Chili is here.
Gang, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could say it was everything that really. And I commented on the guy post that said this. I said the only reason why a lot of people feel this way is because of what happened in the night two main event of Mania. That's really it. Mania. I'm not saying Mania was an all time classic Mania, but Mania was still great. And to say that SummerSlam was better than Mania, there were times. I'm gonna be honest with you, like there. All right. So like Willie just said, it's levels, right? If the same matches were on like Night of Champions or Bad Blood, we would be talking about that in a higher light. But for SummerSlam, we looking for more than just good. We have a higher expectation because of SummerSlam. So while there wasn't a bad match on the card at all, like not one match on SummerSlam night one or night two was bad. You had some maybe okay matches, you had some good matches, you had some great matches, and you had two all-time classics. You know what I mean? But not a bad match, right? But once again, it's SummerSlam. So you can be like, all right, this is a good match, but your expectations still cannot be met. So I don't know if it was better than Mania. You know what I mean? But that's just me, man. But what we're gonna do, man, we're gonna go through this is a SummerSlam recap. And we're gonna talk about SummerSlam. We're gonna talk about some things that transpired last night on Monday Night Raw. But there's a lot to get into with this SummerSlam because I don't know about y'all, but this SummerSlam almost felt like a reset. Like we almost like starting a new season of WWE. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. I don't know if that's the case, but
They
that's
dropped
that.
the ball.
You think they dropped the ball?
They should have kept. Again, I'm still upset that Cena lost. They should have kept the title on him.
All right,
Should have kept riding on
let's
You
get
should have kept,
into
you
it.
should have kept the title on who?
Cena.
Let's get into it right now. Let's talk about it because we're gonna talk about almost all these matches on SummerSlam. But let's get into that main event of night two, man. It's Cody versus Cena. As y'all know, Cody won. For future reference, we just want to put this out there. Me and Willie are co-champions. Shaq has eventually lost the belt entirely. His worst prediction performance of all time.
Took
He
y'all
didn't even
long
have a
enough to
500 record.
took y'all long enough to finally defeat me, man. Look, it had to be a triple threat. You had to stack the odds for me to lose my belt, man. It's
Hey
cool.
man, nah, it had to be an event that
I'll let,
wasn't predictable.
I'll
That's
let
what it had to
y'all.
be. That's what it had to be.
I'll let y'all shine. I
All
had the
these,
belt.
all these
I've had the
other,
belt. I've had the belt since we started this. All
all
right,
these
it's
other
okay.
PLEs been predictable,
44
and you've
episodes
had
of
the easy,
greatness.
you've had the easy pick every time. You know what I'm
40
saying?
it was so easy. You should have won the
You
44
want hold
episodes
on
of
now.
greatness.
You want champ for 44 episodes now.
I've been
No,
since
you
we
have not.
started
No, you
this.
have not. I was the champ at one point
You
before
were
Willie
that. No,
even
you've never.
joined.
I've never
Before
lost the
Willie,
title.
yes, you
I've
have.
never lost the strap.
I was it,
Ever, ever,
Shaq.
ever.
Do you want to bet? You want to bet them some on
When
this,
did I
Shaq?
lose? I've
You want?
never lost the strap.
I could go back to the exact
I've
episode. Are you
never
sure?
lost. You mean when y'all killed me?
I
And then
have
you were the interim champ. Yes,
chat.
but you know how the interim works when the
No,
champion
you
comes back. You have
before.
to beat the real champ.
I'm telling you for a fact. Before Willie joined us, and this became a 3-man show. When it was a 2-man show, I was the champ twice, and I could prove it. Now I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you want to bet them some on this?
I can't have them, so we just had
Hey, that's what I.
them, so I
But
can't have that.
but anyway, man, let's talk about it. So Willie, you said they dropped the ball. We're gonna go to you first, bro. First of all, what do you think about the match? Give us everything, because this is, in my opinion, is an all-time classic. So well, give us everything. How you felt about the match, or what grade you giving the match, everything, and why you think they dropped the ball. Go ahead, bro.
B plus match. Maybe a A minus. So I'm gonna go with B plus, a strong B plus. I
What's
like.
your main event?
Yeah, night two main event. John Cena versus Cody. Yeah, because Yeah.
Well, he already said he ain't like the outcome of the match, so
Yeah. That plays a big part in it. For him to go like overall, I like the match, the way it played out. John Cena was beating the crap out of that boy left and right, dragged him
yeah.
all up and down through that arena. I loved it. I loved the Super Cena. Him going like I don't care for how he ended up going back face, but I'm cool with everything that transpired once he became face, whatnot from his entrance, going from the black back to all the colors, him going in there, being that good old guy, giving Cody the hug, say, all right, let's get to it. And him getting to it, him going Super Cena mode, and it should have been over right then and there, like in typical like corny Cena fashion, hit him with the top rope AA,
I don't even know
grab
why he do that move.
grabs the belt, throws it out, and says, I don't even need this. And that should have been how it ended. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You could do the Brock thing still.
Mhm.
And you just have Cena riding out because I like what they did with his story saying, nah, I don't want to keep it to ruin wrestling. I want to keep it so y'all don't forget me. Like that storyline and him trying to keep that going up until thing. Let Cody turn heel, go Homelander to beat him finally. Because he's like, all right, I didn't try to do the good guy. This man did the bad guy and beat me, then did the good guy and beat me. I don't know what to do. This fucking scorch earth, this motherfucker. Like finally had that mental break. Because what I feel right now with Cody is his title reigns haven't been the best, respectfully.
Mhm. I can agree.
And what they're about to do now is more than likely keep him with the belt until Mania, where he's either going to give it up to Drew McIntyre, who he's probably gonna have a feud with very soon, or Randy Orton. One of the two. Like that's where this ends with, I think, Cody losing to Randy for the belt. And probably at Mania. And not to say I don't want to see that, but I think there's more meat on the bone and pause when it comes to John Cena. I would like to see that story run until December with him with the belt.
Shaq, you want me to go or you going?
You go ahead, bro. Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. So everything you said makes sense just now. I can see, you know what I'm saying? That's to be honest with you, that's the reason why I predicted Cody to win, because I did think he was gonna turn heel. I liked it because it was the match ended in the way that nobody thought it was gonna end. There were no shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? Nobody came out. It was just them two. And I'm not gonna critique it to that level only because of what Triple H said afterwards. Like I was ready to have a critique, and then Triple H said in the press conference afterwards, he was like, "Okay, he was talking about why Brock came back, and which we're gonna get into later." And he was saying how this is like John Cena's personal wish list of like what's going on. So if this is how John Cena wanted it to go, then cool. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, you know what I'm saying, your Hall of Fame athlete in the NBA, NFL. You know, a lot of us have feelings about how they go out, but some people we like they should go out however they want to go out on their own terms. And I'm cool with that for Cena, man. He should go out on his own
And
terms.
this shit, we about to have fucking 10 to 15 years of fucking face Cody Rhodes, dog.
Yeah. So
Blow
look,
my fucking brains out now. Literally,
but
figuratively,
I
not
te-
literally.
but when Cody kicked out of the Super AA,
Bruh.
I text you both and I said, nah, dog. Like, come on. Like I don't, at this point, I don't even know why he do the Super AA no more. Everybody kicks out of it. You know what I mean? So if outside of that, if I had to critique it, I'm with you. But here's the frustrating thing about it, and I don't blame Cena. I blame The Rock and Travis Scott for this, specifically The Rock. Now the heel turn was wasted. He should have never turned heel, and here's the reason why he should have never turned heel. Because and we caught flack for this for our WrestleMania review. Shout out to Kayfabe Cowboys, y'all like and subscribe to their content. But a lot of people, when we tried to talk about the reason why the match wasn't as good was because of John Cena and his psychology for his character. He didn't care about having a 5-star match. He didn't care about giving the people what they wanted to see, right? He wanted to ruin wrestling. So that's why the match wasn't up to par. And what happened Sunday night proved our point, because when he reverted back to old Cena, you could tell like they was like, yo, like we hear everything they're saying about WrestleMania in our main event. Yo, let's show them what we can do. And it did. And now it's just, it opens it up because now I'm like, well, shoot, we had this Cena Imagine what that match with CM Punk at Night of Champions would have looked like. You know what I'm saying? As in his other matches that he had before then, the match with R-Truth for Saturday Night Main Event. Imagine what that would have looked like if we had this Cena that actually, you know what I'm saying, character-wise cared and wanted to show out. And then shout out to Cena because I ain't think he could do that no more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Cena was cooked. You know what I mean? And my expectations were low, and he went out and he went back to 2015, 16, 17, 18 Cena. So shout out to him. But it sucks because now, like, looking at it, the heel, I'm not even gonna fully critique the him going back face because the heel turn should have never happened. And I think what happened Friday night was just them just realizing, hey, like, it shouldn't have happened. Let's go ahead and revert ourselves in a different direction and give the fans what they want. So, Shaq, where you at with it?
First off, I think that was a top 3 John Cena match of all time.
Oh, real quick before you go, I'm sorry, I didn't get my grade. I gave it an A+. I gave the match a
I give it an A+ as well.
yeah.
Yeah, A+.
The only reason why I was hesitant with the plus was kind of like I felt like it was. But I guess he had to go back to Super Cena at some point, right? And then Super Cody or whatnot. So, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
I gave it an A+ as well. That's a top 3
But
Cena match.
a top
Yeah,
three Cena match.
top 3 all time. The only matches I might
Ooh.
have better than that is, of course, the Money in the Bank with Punk and AJ Styles at SummerSlam.
Not even Shawn and Cena at WrestleMania 23.
You know I'm an HBK stan.
Not even Randy Cena at SummerSlam.
That'd be
Ooh, top 3.
it's a top 3 Cena. If not 3, it's 4. If not
Ooh,
3, it's 4.
that's
Because
tough,
you
Shaq.
didn't remember the John Cena match, but that match, like you said, I thought it was done with Cena. I thought it was over. I didn't think he had
Yeah.
that left. I didn't think he had one of those. Woo, that's gonna sound crazy. Woo! I didn't think he had a match like that, capable of putting on a match like that of high hitting, high spots, false finishes. They were going in that match, like, and not a lot of breaks.
It was fast paced.
And kudos to Cena with all he got going on with his age, his movies, the TV show Peacemaker or Peacekeeper. So it's like Cena went in that match. I take my hat off to Cena. So I give it an A+, man. That match was a very, very good match.
Yeah, top 3 all time though. So you saying it's better than one of the Cena AJ matches, either the SummerSlam match or the
No,
Royal Rumble match?
that's why I said top 3. That's why I said I have the SummerSlam match as being their best match.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you got that top 3, so you have both matches with him and AJ, and then the match with him and Cody.
No, I said Money in the Bank with Punk.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you left one of the Cena AJ matches off.
Uh huh.
Which one?
I got the SummerSlam match being their best match. So it means the Royal Rumble match off, and then they had another one. What was the last one? It was
I
great.
don't know what you think,
It was
Willie.
Was it Money in the Bank also?
I ain't
They
gonna
wrestled at
knock it.
Money
I
in the Bank too.
respect it.
Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I no, it's up there right now. I probably say top. I'm gonna say top 5 to 7 right now. I gotta go back and rewatch this match because we didn't even put in there John Cena versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam.
Good match.
That's a classic. That's a classic. Man, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. Which I actually was planning on doing. I was gonna rewatch it tonight. But now I'm with you. Now that's the other thing I wanted to talk about what Willie said, right? So it's obvious, in which I said it when I predicted. I said I don't think it's time for Cody to turn heel yet. But like here's the thing, what's next for Cody Rhodes? Willie,
Yeah.
you already said you think is Randy Orton or I'm sorry, who's the other person you said?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Drew needs some love in the
Yeah.
main event scene. He really ain't gonna beat Cody. But this
He
all
should get
leads to Randy Cody at the end of the day. That's what they're eventually about.
yeah, because one thing is clear. My prediction about it being Cody and Boston, that's done. Because the way they painted it, Cena and Cody, they done.
He passed the
He
torch.
passed
They
the
passed the
torch. That
torch.
was it. Yeah.
They done. So there's definitely not gonna be Cody. Cody's out. You know what I mean? My other pick was Jay Uso. I still hope that happens. You know what I mean? But who knows? But
He does owe Jey Uso a 50-50.
he owes it. He there's
Because
There's
he's
a
the
story
emperor
there.
for King of the Ring.
Right. There's a story there, you know what I mean? With Jay and Cody. So, but yeah, is this all about now? Like, yeah, what's next for Cody? We already know what's next for Cena. Brock Lesnar return. Shaq, two things happened
Yo,
that you did.
if Brock don't murder this nigga, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. If Brock don't beat the brakes off John Cena and win,
But
I'm gonna be pissed.
you know Cena is gonna win this match. You know that, right? I'm cool. I was cool with Cena dropping the title though, because he only got like 6 days left. So I mean, at some point, he probably like, I'm gonna take me a little break anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't expect Brock versus Cena to happen at Clash of the Castle. Like, that's probably gonna be like a Survivor Series or something. I don't know, but is whenever, you know what I'm saying, whenever his next pay per view is. Matter of fact, hold on, he is booked for Clash at Paris, if I'm
He
not
is.
mistaken. Oh well, it might happen at Clash at Paris, and who knows? That's gonna be tough to see, man.
Let's see.
But Cody, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with Cody, like how the fans receive him now that he won the belt back, and he won the belt back quick. You know what I mean? It's gonna be very interesting to see what they got
All right.
next for Cody. I hope that
So
Cody has.
he gonna go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say, I hope Cody has like stories this time. What hurt Cody's title reign wasn't the matches. He had a lot of great matches in his title reign. What hurt Cody was the lack of stories. The
Yeah,
only
but some of them
legit
had no stories attached to him. Yeah.
The only legit one he had was KO. And the
Mhm.
reason why it's not as memorable is because I stand by what I said. KO should have won one of them times. Now, KO could have lost the belt in the next match. You know what I mean? He had to have a long title reign. He could have had like a month's title reign, but to make that a true rivalry, sometimes you do have to lose. And I felt like he should have lost one of those matches. Specifically, I felt like KO should have won at Royal Rumble. But yeah, so um now, with what actually, let me ask this real quick, Shaq, because you got this top 3 all the time. So, where does this match stand as far as your match of the year contenders?
You have to put that in there. Well, you have to.
No, I'm saying, like, where does it stand?
I don't have my match of the year like contenders in front of me at the moment, but
Okay.
ask me that next week. Ask me that next week
We
when I
got
put
a
all.
hefty battle for match of the year, bro. Like, it's some matches
It's some matches out there.
between KO and Sammy at Elimination Chamber, KO and Cody at Royal Rumble, the women's triple threat at Mania. You got, and we're gonna talk about another one we're gonna talk about later. But Brock, let's get into Brock real quick, man. So Shaq, you was on the record of this show saying Brock was cooked. He was never gonna come back to WWE.
He should be, man. He should be.
Why you say that?
He is mentioned 45 times in a sexual assault, kidnapping lawsuit.
With more to come out?
Yeah, like so. And again, people, I don't want to say conflicted. I understand you're a fan. Yes, okay, you don't care about all that. I'm saying I do. Certain things, my moral compass, I draw the line. Like if you're a nasty motherfucker, I draw the line when it comes to women and children. That's where my line is crossed. You do some shit deplorable to women and children, can't really fuck with you like that. Like that's just me, right? Not saying that's how you should feel. You want to listen to R. Kelly, you say free Diddy, you say, free Vince, cool. That's you. My moral compass and your moral compass are two different things. Especially with an active investigation lawsuit going on. I mean, sometimes all money ain't all money ain't
Now,
sometimes.
now here's what I will say. All right, just to put this out there, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't like to go without context. They said that BWE's legal team, and we're not saying whether, I just want to throw this out, we're not saying whether Brock is innocent or guilty. We're just throwing this fact out there. You guys can interpret it and, critique however you want to critique. But they said that WWE's legal team cleared Brock like 4 weeks ago. So I don't know what that research looks like,
Hmm. I
but
agree.
they said the legal team cleared him like 4 weeks ago. So yeah, we'll just, what I mean, as far as
I
that
didn't
part,
I didn't read that. So
yeah,
if that part is true, like he's cleared,
Well, one,
cool.
you wouldn't read that because that's WWE's legal team.
yeah,
Comes from back like, hey, let's just say we cleared him. So, did he clear him? Did the state clear him?
Again, I don't think he has been sued himself. He's just named in the lawsuit.
yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't been sued.
At the end of the day,
So
that's what this comes down to.
was I shocked? Did I say oh shit like everybody else when his music dropped? Yes, I'm a fan at heart, right? But then I was
Definitely shocked.
like, damn, should I be cheering for this right now?
Many Portable, shout out to her, man. I follow a lot of her content. She took a lot of backlash for her reaction. Cause if you watch all the other social media, like whether it's Tesk, whether it was Santi Zap, all of them, of course, like any other fan, even Clutch Entertainment, they went crazy when Brock came out, right?
But everybody did.
But
It was
he
a
no, no,
normal fan reaction.
no, what I'm saying is that many didn't. Her reaction was just like, she kind of was a straight face, and then people was like, you being, I guess, too critical or whatever. And then she had to post another video explaining why she didn't react the way she reacted, and it was similar to what you just said. Willie, what's your take on Brock coming back?
Do I really care? No. You know, at the end of the day, that man got, you know, some smut on his name that need to get sorted out one way or the other.
Yeah.
Again, I'll leave it at that, man. It is what it is. He here now, so look, I ain't here to judge that man. That man on some freaky ass nigga shit. You know?
To go to the part about the whole court thing. All right, so I'm gonna say this real quick, fellas. If y'all want me to take this out of the podcast, I can. Y'all know I got the editing privilege. It's not like we live or whatnot. So if y'all want me to take this out, I absolutely can. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem. But I'm gonna say this because I feel like it needs to be said. I did say this on a post, right? There are levels, and whether we like it or not, Brock Lesnar is one of the biggest draws ever.
Agreed. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There was times where we felt like he was taking opportunities away from people. Vince was just putting a title on him just because that was his man's. Blah, blah, blah. He's one of the biggest draws ever. Arguably top 10 wrestler of all time. Like he, you know what I'm saying? The way he created the blueprint for Roman Reigns to have his schedule, like you can't dismiss that. You know what I mean? As far as the legal side though, here's what I will say, man. I understand his levels. I understand his draws. But there was a man that was in NXT that was as big as draw as anybody in the company at the time. And some allegations came out about him, and he never was arrested. He never was charged, and he lost his job. Everybody turned on him like it was nothing. He's been doing everything he can to clear his name since.
Hey man, there's levels to this shit. You ain't
It's
gotta put it
levels.
all out there.
It's levels.
You ain't
So
Brock Lesnar, man.
nah, that's why I started off with. We understand his levels. That's why I understand. Like he's Brock Lesnar's one of the
Big
big.
OJ, you ain't Brock, man. Big OJ.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah. That's why I started off like that. Like
You ain't Brock.
he
I
ain't.
hate that. Life ain't fair. I hate that shit. It's fucked up.
But it's time to give him a chance, man. It don't take away that fact that it's time to give him a chance. I ain't saying bring him back and give him a world heavyweight title. And y'all know who I'm talking about. If you don't know who I'm talking about Velveteen Dream. Now, once again, if he did it, then he deserved to be under the jail. But he never got charged. Once again, he never was found guilty. As far as to my knowledge, like I think it was like a lawsuit that initially came out, but they didn't even move forward with it. A lot of times, if they feel like they have enough evidence, they'll move forward with it. Willie is our attorney at hand, so he can correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's time to, you know what I mean, if we're gonna do that for him, you know what I mean? Like you can't, that's the tricky part about this Brock situation. However, they feel like they need to handle it legally. And here's the other thing that people forget. With Velveteen Dream, the same thing happened. Triple H had his legal team with WWE do an investigation. When they did the investigate, they found nothing worth firing him. The only reason why Velveteen Dream lost his job was because the people turned on him in such a fashion that he pretty much like it was nothing that they was going to be able to do to make him credible again. But hopefully, I'm just saying it like that. Hopefully that man gets his opportunity too. We definitely understand his levels. Like I said in the beginning, Brock Lesnar one of the biggest draws of all time. With that being said, on the wrestling side, I'm cool with Brock being back. I just need one thing. I don't need this to be a John Cena versus Brock and then Brock leaves. At WrestleMania 42, I need Brock versus Gunther. I don't care if it's for a title. I don't care if it's I don't care how it happens. You know what I mean? I need that.
Are they doing SummerSlam in Minneapolis? That's next
Next
year, right?
year. Yeah, they are.
I think he
They
rides
say
off
that
to the
might be
sunset
his
next
last.
year.
He
Next
rides
year
off to the
SummerSlam is
sunset
last
there.
year.
And they gonna I don't care. It's certain
But
people,
yeah, Brock versus Gunther has to happen. Like
right? It
that,
has to happen.
that has to happen. Yeah.
I'm a Gunther fan. We're gonna talk about that more later. That match has to happen. It has to happen, yo. It has to. And I mean, we'll talk about how that, but that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? And it can happen next year, SummerSlam in Minneapolis. Hopefully y'all will see us there. But yeah, I don't care how it happens. I just need that match to happen. And then after that match happens, Brock can do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? I just need that match to happen. But let's move on because there's other matches we gotta talk about. There's one match that wasn't necessarily a main event that I do want to talk about real quick before we get into the two matches from night one. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I want to talk about this real quick. It's a match that was between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. For those of you who like not keeping track of the time and stuff like that, which I'm not saying you should, but Tiffany Stratton and Jade was given about 8 minutes.
7.
7 minutes. Okay, thanks. 7 minutes to work that match, right? With that 7 minutes, I personally thought they did a great job with the time that they had. I personally think that was Jade's best performance of her WWE career.
Mhm.
I think she did very well in the time that they had. Now, argument can be made, hey, well, they ain't have 15, 20 minutes. Who knows what they would have done? Hey, we can't go off of that. All we can go off of the time they had. But here's the reason why I wanted to bring this up real quick. I want to get y'all thoughts. So a report immediately came out. I'm talking about like, Shaq, you don't follow the dirt sheets. I'm sure Willie got the alert. Like almost like 5 minutes after she lost. Not after SummerSlam was over. Like 5 minutes after she lost.
They
A report
washed.
a report
Jay's
came out.
trash. Jay's
Yeah,
ass.
like they
She's
immediately
cooked.
came out. We don't know how true it is, but I saw it on three outlets that
God damn,
WWE
my
doesn't view.
boy.
Yeah, WWE doesn't view her in the same light as Rhea Ripley. Now she's not Rhea Ripley anyway, so I don't even know why they would put that out. But it's pretty much a rumor, kind of saying like, hey, like they put in Jade in this box. They don't necessarily see her as a champion or anything like that anymore, or whatever. That's the rumor. Before I go any further, what do you guys think first about the match and the time that it was given, and what do you think should happen with Jade next?
I think she's in between a rock and a hard place when it comes to the talent in these women's division and the like. I know I'm pretty sure she puts in work. Someone puts in her fucking work in the PC. 1000% sure of that. But I think if the only way to get her to where WD probably needs her is both PC work and TV work. And the crux of that is, I think, if we're saying that those reports are true, it's one where there are enough women in the talent pool of WWE as good, if not light years better than Jade, that can fill her spot where she's at right now. But that's if you are accepting that like premise that what the reports are saying. I don't think she's not. I think she is main event material. I think she might do better with a manager and and being that powerhouse role and let her steamroll. Like, because again, they don't really have their powerhouse roles are all bigger women, respectfully. You know what I mean? Like they don't have the legit, physically appealing, strong woman that is like the bully of the women's division. They don't have that. That might end up being Jordan Grace, but they don't have that. And again, for Jade, I think she would do great with a charismatic manager that can speak for her, and they just then in turn give her the PC work and leverage that like in front of the TV.
I feel like the females they definitely missing like a Paul Heyman for females. Definitely like for people like Jade, you know what I mean? Not to say that she cut bad promos, but she just could use that help. But there's no female Paul Heyman, unfortunately. So Shaq, you go ahead, bro.
The issue that Jade has right now is I'm trying to okay, so it's not like this is not the 90s and the 2000s no more where you came in just on sex appeal. Just because you look good, you get a job, we'll put you on TV and yada yada. These women can go. These women can wrestle. And me and you had just put in another group. A lot of these women are up there, if not better, than a lot of the men on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now that puts Jade as she came in on a gimmick, right? Came in because of her looks and she has the look, she has the marketability, she has the star power. She's just missing the one thing of where she can go in there and put on classics. No, go ahead, bro. What you gonna say?
I want to say this about it, like, and this is my true thought, because Jade tried out for WWE and didn't make it previously because they felt that she wouldn't be fully committed to wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Not mistaken. I think if Jade, again, like Rhea is the exception because Rhea came from the Indies, into the WWE universe, so she had the wrestling background and love and passion for it. Bianca is a PC product. You know what I mean? I think if Jade had originally got into the PC and went through it that way instead of like pseudo through like the Nightmare Factory, I think is that where that's where she started at.
Mm,
Where she is now would be way different.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
she had gotten to the system way earlier, and I think that is maybe where it may be a con, if you want to say that. I don't call it a con. It's just she just needs more time. I think she can do it. Doesn't matter is WWE gonna give her the time.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence, sir. It's only a little time is what caused people to lose faith in you.
Shaq, I got a question for you though.
What's happening, gangster?
Does she necessarily got to put on classes to be a champion?
Not in WWE, you don't know.
Yeah, she don't necessarily got to put on. We just need great matches. And you know what I'm saying? If you willing to put on classics, then you know what I'm saying, great. You know what I
The
mean?
issue with that is, right, the route Willie just suggested is not going to help her. Putting her in nothing but squash matches, that's not going to help.
Because let
They
me
already
ask
did
you,
that in AEW.
let me ask you, who is more championship material? And we're gonna give their whole careers not where they at right now. Jada or Oscar right now? Who you put if you Triple H, who you putting the belt on first? Jada or Oscar?
Oscar. I hate to
Still
say it.
Oscar.
Oscar still has like big fan appeal.
Yeah, still Oscar.
She does. She does. My thing is with Jade, she's more marketable. So
No,
if
I
you looking
agree.
at
She has that. She's
yeah,
A1 star power.
you know
A1.
what I'm saying? So like, see, I don't think you necessarily. I think she's getting better. To the people that say like she's done, here's what I would say.
I didn't say
I feel
that.
like no, I'm not saying I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. Because once again, I'm referring to the reports that came out like as soon as she lost. I think they deserve another match for sure. Give them more time to see what they can do because I'm not going to, Santi Zap called it a mini classic. I'm not going to go that far, but I do think for what the time that they had, I think it was a great match
No,
for
they didn't.
7 minutes.
I,
Yeah,
I
it was a
think,
great.
man, I don't think Jay's done. I'm gonna equate this to like from the WWE Unreal and when they were talking about Jay and like, hey, we're gonna give you the opportunity. It's
Yeah,
on you to run with that shit.
right, right.
And Jade has been given her opportunity, but her opportunity I don't think is over. Her opportunity isn't gonna be over until her and Bianca get theirs, which in theory I would assume will either be towards the end of this year or at Mania at the latest. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, not
All fair and equal.
especially now that Naomi's on Raw. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like she's not on SmackDown to continue that rivalry. So I think they definitely should have another match. I don't think Jade is done by any means necessary. The only part that I will say this in fairness to people who think that way, it's the way that she lost that match that might have people concerned because it's not like she kicked out, you know what I'm saying, the first time or whatnot. Like nah, like she Tiff hit that finisher one time and Jade was done. And Jade this whole time has been built to be this unstoppable force. Like she, if I'm not mistaken, she got pinned in like tag matches, but never pinned one on one. She you had her beat Naomi not once but twice. You know what I mean? So for her to lose like that once again, like got people alarmed, but you also got to factor in the amount of time that they had to work with. Hopefully they get another match, man. Let's move on to another match real quick that I wanted to talk about because it had further implications on what's going to happen next. So, Willie, you felt like they dropped the ball with Cena. I feel like they dropped the ball with Live Vicaria, man. IC title match. I felt like the IC title match for one. I felt like it was like the track meet, right? Where you got this track star that's expected to like, you know what I'm saying, cook everybody, and then he stumbled out the blocks. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that match took a while to get going, but it got going well. But I felt like they dropped the ball with Lyra simply because like I'm gonna see what y'all think. there's no direction for her now. Like there's
Whose
what
fault is
is
that? Whose fault is that?
I don't think it's
Whose
Lyra's
fault?
fault. I don't think it's Lyra's fault. Lyra did everything she could
So
in
the
this
fans,
rivalry.
just saying, love Becky.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Becky, you because it's Becky Lynch, she has direction regardless. You know what I'm saying? You could put Becky anywhere, right? But you
Becky
took
lost her in NXT. What more you want?
so, but I
And
mean,
they
but you
try to
just
set this girl up.
so you feel like Lyra pretty much ain't take advantage of her opportunity.
I'm saying that it just didn't go over. Not gonna say she didn't, you know,
I don't think she had the
take what they
chance.
had.
I don't think she. I
Think
think
about this,
it's
that little. She, they have been building this since she was on the NXT roster. Think about that. This
and
Becky Lyra thing has been going on since she was on NXT roster. Becky chose her because they have the same ilk, the Irish
right,
vibe.
right.
And they've been trying to legitimize her. Gave her the belt. She had an NXT title. All that. It just ain't, the fans ain't fucking with it.
I don't agree with that. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with that. Because if you listen to the reactions for her now when she comes out versus prior to WrestleMania, it's a big difference. Big difference. Prior to WrestleMania, they was barely even doing the woo when she came out. Now they do it.
True.
She has elevated every time, and since this rivalry started with her and Becky, she has put on great matches, and I think the fans see that, and I think they do rock with her now. I think the true test would have been you let her win and then see what she does next, because the whole point, and the way I'm looking at it, the whole point was to elevate the title with her. Right. That's the whole point. If that wasn't the point, then you could have just had her and Bailey continue their rivalry. But you brought Becky into this to elevate the title. So if you're trying to elevate the title with her, which happened, right? You don't have her lose at SummerSlam. You have her win and then see what she does with it. And then if she doesn't do anything with it after it, if it's just one of these situations where, oh, she needed Becky or a high level star, then we got our point. But now, you know what I'm saying? She did all of this to validate herself. She did with the fans. The fans have a lot more respect. The fans had a lot more interest in the IC title at SummerSlam than they did prior to SummerSlam. I mean, prior to WrestleMania, you know what I mean? And now we're in a situation where we don't know what we're gonna do with Lyra. So now you got us invested. That was the whole goal, to get us invested. Got us invested. Now it's like, what now? You know what I mean? And now we get it. Now we get Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch. I don't want to see
One
that.
of the greatest things of all time. Shout out to Becky for that.
I don't. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She flamed
Shout out to
her.
Becky for that.
She flamed her up.
No, that joint was no. That joint was fire. That joint was fire. That joint was fire.
Yeah.
That joint was fire. But don't hate, man. That joint was good.
But we gonna put a little extra sauce on that joint. You
Yeah,
know what I
everyone's gonna
mean?
push you to fight. You gonna
That
fight.
brother, like, yeah, like, oh, you let him say that. That's what that was. Yeah,
He
after
said
she
you
did
gonna
all
feel
that,
nigga.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what's y'all think? You think Becky was right to go over? And especially how the match ended, like with Bailey coming out
Yeah, they
and
gotta legitimize that belt, man. What you gonna do? Do a Becky Lyra and then what? Lyra win?
yeah,
What they
and then
do?
and then Lyra continues to do her thing with other
After that,
people.
some, yeah, they've already got one of them. The current other mid card title on. The
I'm
one
not
they've
looking.
only given one TV match to, probably.
Hmm.
Julia.
Yeah, I mean they're doing her wrong.
You
So
can't you can't have put them on up
I
and
just I don't see the point of building her up to bring her down, man. If that's the case, you just could have just put
no
somebody
worries,
else
man.
in that spot.
They gonna throw her ass in the tag team. That'll be last week bro.
I definitely don't want
With another singles competitor.
All in a tag team. That's how you do it. Tag team time.
golly, man. Waste of time, man. I do not want to see.
They about to be like Lyra.
Golly. All that for nothing, man. It was a waste of time, man, to
The
even try to get
B-Fab
invested.
Valkyries. That's what y'all be.
Justice for Valkyrie already, man. All right, and then one more match, and then we're gonna get into the last match I wanted to talk about. So the tag match that opened night one: Reigns, Uso, Johnson, Breaker. Now that, because what happens next changes, because now we know, since Seth's the world heavyweight champion, you know what I mean? Like, he's not hurt. So it's not a situation where we focusing on Braun or Bronson and stuff like that. A thing transpired at the very end of the match. If you didn't see the match, we got as close to an apology to Jey Uso as we ever gonna get. Roman Reigns sacrificed himself, and they let Jey get the pin. What happens next with Jey?
I don't know. Like I don't have world title picture, right? So that's out
World title picture for how long? How long you think that's out?
for a while.
I don't agree with that.
Wow.
Did they say they're doing a draft this year?
Yeah, they doing a draft in
I
October.
think they said they're not gonna do the draft because it don't make sense. Like well, they do the draft and then everybody still be on every show. So like, what's the point of doing the draft?
From what I read, they're doing it in October. When technically, like I think technically the new season starts in October for SmackDown or something like that. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up again. I'll look it up again.
It's not happening in spring. That's what they said. I think storylines are going to play a part in that. It's now expected after SummerSlam, aligning with September season premiere. Early speculation around. Yeah, so if it does happen, it'll happen after SummerSlam. Um,
Put it like this: F and Roman is not happening until WrestleMania 42. We have a long way to go to get there. This is August. So right now, LA Knight is in the midst. CM Punk is in the midst. We don't know how long Gunther's going to be out. We know Gunther's having nose surgery. Prayers for him.
be back Rumble week,
But
if not sometime after that.
so you mean to tell me between August and February, in a time frame where this has to be built up, you mean to tell me Jay and Seth not going to cross paths at any time? And Jay's not going to get a match with Seth at any time between then?
I don't think so.
That's absolutely crazy shit. Absolutely. If they not doing the draft, like who else gonna get an
This, this
opportunity?
is this is what they could do. So Clash in Paris, right?
Yeah.
6-man tag match. Roman Punk, LA Knight, first division.
I don't think Roman gonna be there. They're saying Roman probably out until Survivor Series.
I ain't mad at it if that's what he does then. That's fine. I mean, then in some kind of tag team conjunction, first Punk and LA Knight or LA Knight and somebody. Crown Jewel.
Probably Jey Uso.
Yeah. If you want to keep him in that kind of realm, Crown Jewel, have Seth face, insert title contender face. Doesn't matter.
Well, at Crown Jewel, they're gonna do that Crown Jewel championship again. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
whoever
Seth versus Cody.
yeah, Seth
Great
versus
match.
Cody.
That'll there. Perfectly
Yeah.
fine there. So that's Seth's match there. Survivor Series, probably not a title match. I don't see Cody in War Games.
You gotta do war games, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the War Games.
yeah.
You
So I
got
don't
bad
see Cody in War Games.
you got bad blood
I'm running through the PLE now. Let me see. Then it's Saturday Night Main Event.
December. Yeah. Is there another Saturday night's main event before December?
No. It goes Survivor Series and Saturday Night's Main Event in December. That's it. Then Rumble is in January, right?
Yeah, Jay is definitely getting the match with Seth in that time frame. He is, I'm not saying he's gonna win the title. Of course, he's not gonna win the title, but he getting a match. They're gonna have a title match at some point, and especially it kind of builds into WrestleMania 42 with Roman and himself because it could be a picture of Jay couldn't get it done, so here come Roman to get it done. I can't because especially if you're not gonna do the draft, who outside of LA Knight and CM Punk, and we just moving Gunther out of the way because we just don't know when he gonna come back. Who else gonna step up in the meantime? He can't battle LA Knight and CM Punk every PLE. So who else?
Penta,
Maybe
who
Penta,
else?
but Penta before Jay.
Damian Priest. I mean, these are just feeder, man. It doesn't even matter if they're a big name or not. They're all
Damian Priest on
big.
SmackDown.
Okay, Alice was SmackDown.
That's my point. That's essentially what Jey Uso is. He's a feeder. He's a high draw of a feeder.
Seth also doesn't have to defend the title. Not on every pay-per-view. He could be in a tag matches. There could be 3 of them in a group. Tag matches.
What's your
3-on-3.
So I can understand your logic. What's your logic behind Jey Uso not getting a title shot?
His run is over though. He had it. He had his shot. He had the title.
No, we're not talking about winning. We're not talking about him winning. I'm just saying like him getting a match.
A match?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A match.
Now he'll probably get a match. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. No, he not go. No, Seth is gonna have that title until WrestleMania 42. I'm just saying. Yeah, I was just saying a match.
They might give him one on Saturday night.
There ain't gonna be a whole lot of people though, for real. Like AJ, but although he's in the IC picture with Dom,
he in the IC
AJ
picture.
Could be an option.
So that's what I'm saying. Jay has to get a match. It ain't a lot of people.
Yeah, I think Jay is gonna be one. He'll get one. Who else did I say? Penta is gonna probably get one. Sammy is definitely gonna probably get one.
Sammy is gonna get one. Yeah.
And then after that, some low hanging fruit. Sheamus maybe. I'm looking at trying to think of faces.
We talking about Seth here, man.
Ilya Dragunov would be a surprise one if he comes back. That would be a nice little match to give him. I think him and Seth together would be dope. Although, obviously he would lose, but it'd just be good to highlight him and get him back out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Ilya, man. Get back soon, brother, man.
Yeah. That's the only other people that's on the roster.
Yeah, so Jay's one of those feeders. He has to get a match.
Yeah, Jay has to be.
He has to get a match. I ain't saying he gonna win the title. Nah, he not. No, Seth's gonna have that title to WrestleMania 42 and maybe after. It's not a guarantee that Roman's gonna win that match. Seth's gonna have that belt for a long time. But no, I'm just saying like it's just a match. We talking about Seth here. Like Seth is a workhorse type of champion. Like he's even as a heel, he's gonna wrestle. You know what I mean? And he kind of proved that because right out the gate Monday night. The word is that was actually supposed to be a surprise match. So before they booked the TLC match at SummerSlam, the original plan was to have a surprise World Heavyweight title match on night 2 between LA Knight and Seth Rollins. So right out the gate, he's wrestling. So this Seth Rollins we're talking about, he gonna wrestle regardless. So there's gonna be plenty of opportunities for people, and Jay's gonna be one. He's not gonna win, but he's gonna get a match. Roman probably won't be back to Survivor Series, but I will say this about Roman real quick. I hope when he comes back, I hope it's a build up to Seth. And what I mean by that is I hope, first and foremost, I've said this on a couple platforms on our page, and I want to say this on the podcast. I have never been disappointed in my tribal chief until I realized that the shoes that Bronson Reed stole was Spizikes.
Shulafala.
Why is my tribal chief wearing Spizikes? That should never happen. Spizikes shouldn't be bought. If somebody gave them to you, my tribal chief, give them. Donate charity. I mean, we know everybody doesn't wear a size 16 shoe. Go to high school. There's a football player in that high school that wears a size 16.
Maybe you don't know. Maybe they comfortable to wrestling, man. You don't know.
Let me tell you a quick story. I have never ever given a gift back from my lady, my lovely, amazing wife, Shane Nicole Dent. The only time was when she came home and she said, "Babe, I bought you a pair of shoes. I think you would like them."
They Jordans.
The guy at the register recommended these shoes. I opened the box and there was Spizikes. And I said, "Baby, I love you to death. I would do anything for you.
What store did you buy them from?
But I can't wear these shoes. These shoes cannot grace my feet." I took the shoes back and exchanged them for some 97s, some all gray Air Max 97s that I wore religiously. But yeah, man.
Let's move on from shoe talk, man, because I took an L. I missed out on them cement fours today on the Nike app.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
My condolences, brother.
Up there. I couldn't see that. They didn't load them up yet.
My condolences,
there
brother.
Was another drop today? Wait, you
sold
said
out? Yeah, they did a big ass drop today, man.
Yeah, they did.
Go ahead and stare at it.
I got the Aquas. I got the Aqua 8s.
You did it? They got it at 12.
What dropped today?
But I don't want to tempt myself.
They on it. Willie put a message in the grab. He put a message in the chat. They dropped the Aqua 8s on the Nike app.
They dropped the 8s.
I got the 10s. I didn't even expect
the cool grays.
Yeah.
The cement 4.
Yeah.
Shattered back. That's not out yet. That's all they dropped in here.
But nah, about
Come Friday
Roman.
for them. Come Friday for them 9.5s. I need those.
But nah,
I need those.
about
I'm leaving
Roman.
here with something. I'm leaving here with something.
I just need a build up. I need him to have a
Right
match.
away.
I need him to have a match with Bronson Reed. I need him to have a match with Braun
Yeah,
Breaker.
that's good. But even how the ending of well, not the ending, like the back and forth they were having for Raw, I could see him and CM Punk getting into something after he's all done with Seth. He said, "What took you so long?" He said, "I ain't come here to save your ass." Like even after that, like
And here's $1 million question in regards to Roman. Does he have a match with Cena on this retirement tour? Does Cena have him on that list?
I would like that. I for one would love that.
I would love that. I would love that, but we gotta wait and see. We don't know who else Cena has on this list, so we gotta wait and see. You know who's an underrated person who I think a match with Cena would be dope that nobody's talking about? I think Jeff Hardy. It ain't gonna be a good match. Jeff Hardy would be dope. They had a little bit of a rivalry, so yeah.
We're about to see the oldest ladder match in America too. Jesus, I don't want to see that match.
I mean, I get it for nostalgia purposes, man.
Yeah, but
I ain't
all
gonna hate on it
nostalgia
too
ain't good
much.
nostalgia, man. I don't the Jeff and Matt can still do that because they still actively do it. Devon's coming out of retirement to do this.
Shaq, I got a question for you specifically, and Willie, I'm gonna ask you this question next. It's
Why you want me
based
to
on
be?
it's
I feel like you're gonna make me be rude to somebody.
nah, it ain't that. But it's based on what you said earlier, man. You said that match is, which I agree with, it's an all-time classic. You said it's a top 3 Cena match of all time. But the question I have for you, brother, is which match was better, CM Punk versus Gunther or Cody versus Cena? Which match was better?
Story wise, Punk Gun.
Yeah, but match wise, I'm gonna go Cody Cena. Even though that Gunther CM Punk match was great too. Yeah, I'm going Cena to Cena match.
Which moment was bigger, Seth cashing in or Brock Lesnar returning?
Seth cashing in.
Seth cashing in.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's get into CM Punk versus Gunther. So I'm gonna let y'all go first before I give my opinion. CM Punk versus Gunther, night 1 main event. Anything guys said about Cody and Cena, what y'all think about the match, what grade y'all give it, and kind of what would y'all like to see next from CM Punk individually and Seth individually? Y'all go ahead. Yeah, no matter who go
The
first.
match was I get the match an A. Like I get the match a very old school, slow paced, methodical. Just we just gonna come in here and we gonna beat the shit out of each
You
other.
know, that's
Like
my type of wrestling.
we got
You know, that's my type of wrestler, dog. That's my type
If
of
you ever
wrestler.
know what type of matches Steve like, just insert Big E's quote right here.
Hold on,
Insert
wait.
insert Big E's quote right there.
I don't.
Insert Big E's quote right there.
You'll never hear me about.
No, I ain't say that's what you're gonna say. I say those type of matches Steve likes. That insert that
Nah,
quote right there.
he said Goldberg is his dream match. Nah, me and Biggie are not the same. We are not the
I
same.
said the type of match.
I
Just insert that quote here.
I love those type
You
of
love
matches.
what? You love what?
I love technical wrestling. I like pause. I like bruises. But nah,
That's
go
not what
ahead,
it.
man.
Now it's up for real.
That's up for real.
Now it's up for real. So he's got to go through that in the vision. Might do something with Roman. He might need help to be like, yo, it's 3 of these guys. Does anybody have my back? It might turn into a tag match somehow with somebody taking pity on Punk and coming to save him. So, but we know that's what's next for him.
That joint was hilarious. That back and forth between him and Roman, and when they was
Like,
walking
he's like,
out.
what's it? He was like, yeah, what's
Willie, what you think, bro?
Great match. I like how the announcers were telling the story with it. I really think Michael Cole and way better
Yeah, absolutely.
identified for
if
those
people
who
ain't
couldn't
say it
pick up.
before, Michael Cole is the GOAT,
The
man.
He
goat.
is, man.
Yeah,
He is.
Michael Cole is the GOAT.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Identifying and explaining, what Gunter was doing. And I was like, I called it as it was happening, how he was responsible. Oh, I like this. I like what they're showing. Like, this is a fully fleshed out character and who Gunther is.
Yeah.
And it is a good example of what goes right with a character and him being well taken care of and protected. Even in his losses, he is protected if you really think about it.
Very much
Because
so.
the character himself is so dominant and strong. And someone of that nature, when you really think about it in real life, isn't going to be affected by the normal things. He's going to get affected when he's caught off guard, when he doesn't take something serious, like
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, or if he gets put in a position he's never been in, like the submission with Uso, Jay,
Yeah.
or when someone so dominant has never been fucking like made to bleed before, see his own blood. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Man, made me
Bleed his
bleed my
own
own
blood.
blood.
Yeah.
You know, and the way he acted it out, man. I mean, if there was someone not named Will Ospreay that is already the greatest wrestler on the face of this earth, his name would be Gunther, brother. That's what I
Mm.
will say. His name would be Gunther. But overall, just a great match, man. Great storytelling. I liked everything they did with it, from how Punk won to everything that happened with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Seth's walking out there. I think if I'm like critiquing small little things, I wish Paul Heyman sold it a little more
Yeah.
before. If he
Yeah.
wasn't fully paying attention, so I saw that. You know what I mean? If he had just been all right, going with it, and then he just stops and sees him like pause, and then he just like the crutches drop to the side. All
Yeah.
that was dope. Like and, if I'm critiquing some small things, but man, if Paul
Mhm.
just played it normal and just let Seth sell it, that would
Hmm.
Yeah. He ain't let
like
Seth sell it. Yeah, I agree with you. Like he could have came out afterwards. Like once Seth dropped the crutches, he could have came out, handed Seth the briefcase, and then you know what I'm saying. I'm with you. I'm with you. After Gunther, outside of Roman Reigns, he's my favorite wrestler. I think he's the best wrestler on the planet. I think it was the best match of the weekend. I gave that an A+ too, but I do think. I mean, I don't fault anybody that got Cena versus Cody over it, but for me, things I before Seth even comes out, I think CM Punk versus Gunther was match of the weekend. Um, I think it was a better match. I mean, that's just me. I think the way I'm not gonna repeat what Willie said, but everything he said was 100% spot on about Gunther and how he displaying a character and telling a story. He got a story for each match. I watch Gunther versus anybody, dog. Like I watch Gunther. Know what I'm saying? Like Gunther, man. Once again, the story and that match was like Chad said. I'm a huge fan of like technical wrestling, traditional wrestling. Not the matches with kicks and flips. 'Cause I enjoy those a lot too, but that match was that type of match. Like not any. It had a where it was similar to CM Punk versus Drew at Hell in a Cell. CM Punk and Drew, they ain't there's not one outside of Drew getting Drew bleeding, right? There's not one match I'm not one moment in the match that you would put as an all-time moment from that match. But the match itself is an all-time classic. Same thing with CM Punk versus Gunther. Like it won't no table spots, it won't nobody diving off of anything, it won't no crazy moments. Just the match itself though was perfect. Like you can't pick apart that match, man. I think it's one of CM Punk's best matches ever. I can't talk about this match enough. I watched that match back as soon as I stayed up for the replay. And as soon as the replay was available on Peacock, I went back and rewatched that match, man, and fell in love with it. So I thought it was the best match of the weekend, A+ match. And then when Seth comes out and cashes in, it took it into all-time stratosphere. I'm like all-time SummerSlam main event is definitely match the contender with Cody versus Cena. Any other match that you want to put in there, Vikingo versus Chad Gable, the IC triple threat for Mania. I mean, not the IC, the women's triple threat for Mania, like whatever you want to put in there. As far as what's next, with CM Punk, obviously, like him and Seth. Here's the thing with him and Seth. Because they didn't do Seth versus Punk at Mania, I mean at SummerSlam like I thought they would, they gotta have this trilogy match sometime soon. The question is, where is it gonna be? Because it's CM Punk versus Seth. And for those of you keep account, like I am, they haven't had a match on a PLE one-on-one. Their first match was, I mean, if you want to count the Raw debut on Netflix, if you want to count that count like PLE Stratosphere, you can, but I don't count it because it technically was an episode of Raw.
Right.
Um, and then the second match was on Monday Night Raw. It was a steel cage match. That's when Roman Reigns came back. They haven't had a match on the PLE, and they are too big of superstars, too big of a rivalry to not. It's just about when they do it. So Who knows? It might be that 6-man tag that we get at Clash of Paris. I don't know when we're gonna get the match, but hopefully it happens soon. I personally think at Survivor Series, Seth, Brian, and Bronson Reed gonna be in War Games. It's just about who gonna be teamed with them and who they go up against. But yeah, I don't know as far as like what happens with CM Punk. Seth got to go through a line of contenders. I just hope the same thing that happened with Cody don't happen with Seth, where he just put on great matches with no story. The fact that they got a faction going, because somebody made a good point today. Seth's been in 5 stables, only 2 of them work. And that was the Authority and the Shield. You know what I mean? So, like, hopefully this is a memorable run that leads into a memorable match at WrestleMania 42. I skipped something. This is my bad. I meant for that to be the last thing, but I do want to talk about this real quick, and then we can move on to you, Shaq. I'm sorry I forgot the women's triple threat: Rhea versus Io versus Naomi. Shout out to Naomi for her interest with her dad. That was pretty dope.
Moment, yeah.
That was dope. Naomi won. I had a feeling. I ain't gonna lie, I had a bad feeling Rhea was gonna win that match, man. I'm glad Naomi won. But what do y'all first, same thing, what do y'all think about the match? But specifically, because we know Rhea and Io, they're gonna have something going on down the line or whatnot. They both gonna be in the title picture, so we know what's next for them. Unfortunately, Naomi versus Stephanie Vicure is just a feeder match, you know what I mean? And then they're gonna get back to business. But what do y'all think about the match, and specifically for Naomi? Like, what do you hope to see next for Naomi?
I hope to see a decent title run out of her. Let's keep the belt on her for a while. She's doing excellent character work right now. Like, she's a dope heel.
Dope here.
She's really playing into the character. She's trying new things, like riding around on that damn suitcase.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's an all heel activity. Like, it's popping in on people's interviews. Like, let's keep the belt on her. Let's see what she can actually do. Like, give her the opportunity to run with the ball. Like, you trusted her with it. Now feed her. Just keep feeding her. Let's see what she can do. I get a match of B plus. It's obvious that Rhea and Io gonna move on to their own thing now, like because they're going back and forth. Like, you've never beaten me, you can't beat me. Rhea feels some type of way that she's never beaten her. Io saying you'll never beat me, so they're gonna probably move on to that old thing, turn that into some sort of number one contenders match,
Right.
or a series or something. They can't do that because they're doing a series right now with Rusev and the Sheamus.
I mean, they could.
I don't like two like best
It
ofs
would
going
work
on at
for
the
a
same
women's
time.
side. It would work for the women's side. They haven't done
Y'all
it.
would want two best ofs going on at the same time?
Yeah, men and women's, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. And all the
I'm
women are
I'm
Rhea and
tired of them
Io.
doing them so often.
They only did it. This only the second time they done it.
Oh no, I'm talking about they got the Rusev and Sheamus joint is clearly turning into a best of. They just did it with Carmelo and
That was the only time they did it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they did it with Carmelo and Andrade, and then the second time with Rusev and Sheamus. It's only 2 times that they've done it.
wasn't hold on. I'm drawing a blank right now, but they did it before that. To just I was just like this let the best ofs breathe for a little bit.
Yeah, you had to tell me. I thought Andrade and Melo was the first time. You have to remember whichever.
Yeah, I don't call any others before that one for real. But I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they've done it before, but just not the way did that.
yeah, maybe not the way they presented it. You know what I'm saying? Because they presented Melo versus Andrade as a best of 7.
Yeah, and they did. They was doing Sheamus and Cesaro.
But that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Cesaro had been in
It
the
was
company in a minute.
2016. Okay, yeah.
That was a long time ago. I mean, fortunately, me and Willie was fortunate enough to witness one of those Andrade Melo matches. They were classics. They were classics for sure. For me, man, with Naomi, I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question real quick. I don't want to say need. Need's not the right word, but would it be dope for Naomi to have a faction? And I ask that question because I feel like that's the only thing missing from women's wrestling right now as a whole. I feel like the women haven't really had a like dope faction for real. Like, I've been thinking about this all day because I was trying to figure out how I was gonna frame this question. You think about the men, like, it's a lot of legendary factions. Like, a lot of our favorite wrestlers right now came from legendary factions. I don't recall that being the case with the women. I think the closest, and it's nowhere near legendary. I'm not saying it is. The closest thing we got to a dope faction with the women in the past 10 years I could think of is the faction. I forgot their name. I want to say it was like Fatal Attraction or something like that. The one that the one that Mandy Rose was leading with JC Jane, and I forgot the other girl's name.
Gigi Dolan.
That was the closest thing we got to a great faction from the women. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the one thing. The men, they get the men factions all the time. The women, like sometimes, and maybe because they don't have the confidence in the work. And I'm gonna give other context. The other reason why I bring this up is because Bianca had mentioned on a CVV show that Naomi was trying to get her and Bianca to work together since her NXT days, and Naomi wanted to create a faction of Bianca and some other wrestlers or whatnot. So that's why I asked this question. So, would it be dope for Naomi to have? I don't want to say need, but would it be dope for her to have a faction?
Nah, not Naomi, but I
Okay.
would like to see a faction that is pseudo the Four Horsewomen, but it be kind of on some main event mafia-esque with your veterans,
Yeah.
basically like bullying all the younger up and coming female wrestlers that are on the main roster.
Yeah.
I think something like that would work.
Okay.
And I think something if you had a Becky, Charlotte, Bailey, who are all three great heel characters in their own right, and then add a third, whether that's Alexa Bliss or another vet, and just let them talk shit and just bully motherfuckers left and right, man, that would be
Yeah.
so dope.
Yeah. I agree with that. I like what's going on with Alexa and Charlotte right now. Shout out. I said this last night. Shout out to Alexa. What she did getting Charlotte over is equals a WWE championship in my book because everybody hated Charlotte. Everybody. She literally performed a miracle. Like I did not think we was literally talking about this 2 months ago. I didn't think it was a scenario in which Charlotte would ever be cheered anytime soon. And she partners with Alexa Bliss, and now everybody loves Charlotte, and rightfully so. They're doing great work right now. I agree. I agree with y'all saying. Let Naomi cook, and then you know what I'm saying. Let's go from there. One last question, real quick. And then we're gonna go to you, Shaq. There's word on the block is that, well, first of all, a lot of people are mad that Karrion Kross lost, even though I think Sammy winning was the right call. Cross and Scarlett's contract is expected to expire this weekend. Do I think it will expire? No. I think Triple H is definitely going to re-sign Karrion Kross for sure. And I think this might even turn into a story. But my question that I have, you guys, and we can include Karrion Kross in this, the way that WWE fans started the movement for Karrion Kross, if you could lead a movement to get more TV time and more opportunities for one superstar in WWE, who would it be? What about you, Willie?
If I can, what now?
If you could lead a movement, the way that the movement was there for carrying
Uh-huh.
across to get more TV time and more
What I'm
opportunities,
due for? Okay,
yeah, who would you lead?
Aleister Black.
He about to get a main event push.
Nah, I need the legit. Give me the Undertaker S vibes. Like I need the mystique. You know
Got
what I
you,
mean?
got you,
By what they were trying to do with Bray and the Fiend, I hand that over to my boy Alistair.
got you.
Or let
Yeah,
Alistair run the Wyatt Six, man.
yeah,
Even though that that's not gonna happen, but
yeah,
let him lead the spooky nigga brigade.
yeah. I feel like they're doing a good job giving the women opportunities. So I have a woman, but I'm gonna say R-Truth, and that's just to hold them accountable. Bring R-Truth back ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like we got R-Truth back. It ain't. I think they kind of carrying it right now because we haven't seen R-Truth since he beat Aleister Black, and that was before Black started. That led into Black beefing with Damian Priest. Which, side note, I am surprised that they didn't have that match. I know matches have to be on the card before SummerSlam, that Friday night SmackDown, but I am surprised that Damian Priest versus Black wasn't on SummerSlam. I felt like that could have been on night one because night one only had 5 matches, but that's just
See,
me.
we need to, brother, my brother, we need to get out of that frame of mind, brother, thinking like that. Stop closing yourself off to demanding that you can only see good quality matches from popular wrestlers only on the PLEs, brother. We want them on the TVs, brother. I
I mean, that's a
ask
good
that
point.
you
That's a
unpollute
good
your
point.
mind, brother,
That's a good point. That's a
and
good point.
focus on them having these matches on TV that we want to
Yeah,
see.
that's a good
Can't just
point.
see Punk and Seth on the Raw debut on Netflix. We want that on a random ass SmackDown or a Raw, man. We
Okay,
want
so you
that,
want to take
brother.
it. You want to take it back to the '90s days.
Yes, we want that. We want that, man.
The matches on
Okay.
That's why I,
TV.
that's why I
Yeah.
don't complain when I get that shit. Like that should have been
Yeah.
saved for peeling. No, it shouldn't have. They gave us what we needed right when we needed it, right then and there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just please, brother, let's power on the tongue, please, brother. Let's be mindful of what we spew out there
We
in the world.
they had the same energy when they left the tag team TLC off of Mania though. We ain't had that same
No,
energy.
we was saying that. We wanted it on there. We felt bad for the process and stuff.
I was saying that I was pissed that they had that match at Mania.
I mean, yeah, we all were. That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah,
all was pissed. Like we thought they should have
yeah.
had it.
Yeah, it should have had it. Yeah, I'm gonna go R-Truth simply because like I want R-Truth. If this is gonna be like his last year or two in WWE, I'm not saying he should be world heavyweight champ and stuff like that, but don't bring him
U.S.
back and then
title
forget about him.
and
Yeah,
let him have a U.S. challenge and let him go on
Yeah.
like a 20 match win streak or something crazy and declare
right.
this guy's
Yeah,
never gonna win, and then
yeah,
something like that. I think that would be cool.
yeah. Let R-Truth go out in a good fashion. So, all right, Shaq, it's on you, bro.
All right, to all my people that love and still watch wrestling out there, it is time for This or That. That is a segment of our show where I come up with a crazy concept, some questions, scenarios, and fantasy bookings about this thing called wrestling that we love, and we just kick it and throw shit around. But today we're gonna do things a little differently here. I got how many questions do I have here? I got a couple questions here, right? We're gonna do a little bit of a Jeopardy trivia style thing here. Saw some things here. I was like, this looks interesting. Let me see. Let me test the wrestling knowledge of my two friends, my two co-hosts here. All right. So sort of like, yes, we still watch Wrestling Jeopardy, if that makes sense. All right. So we're just gonna go for it category by category. I'm not gonna jump around. So the first category I have for you is called the Big Brawl. Right? The Big Brawl, and brawl is in quotation marks. All right. That means that the answer would have the word brawl in there. We're going to see the first person that tells yells the answer out will be, we'll just say we'll get the points or whatever, or we'll get that round. So the first one, this match was
What is
first
Super
seen.
Bowl?
Incorrect. This match was first seen at SummerSlam 1996 when Mankind defeated The Undertaker.
Boiler room, bro.
That is correct, sir. That is correct. The next one, this WCW pay per view 6 installment
What is
featured
Super Bowl?
Hogan. Yeah, okay. Just keep on saying it until it's correct, right? This tournament was Nick's. This
What is
tournament.
Brawl for it all?
This
What
tournament.
is the Brawl for it all? What is the Brawl
This
for it all? What the fuck?
this tournament Nick's wrestling and was won by Bart Gunn in 1998.
Boy, I don't remember anything with Mark Gunn in it.
Yes, you
Eh,
do, because then
all I remember is match with Butterbean, and I forgot what it was called.
because he won what?
I don't know. A boxing match?
It's Brawl for All, Willie.
That's not fair, man.
Which means nothing. You didn't say
I,
it right.
all right, Brawl
You
for
didn't
all.
say it.
What
It's
is
the Brawl
Brawl
for
for
All.
all?
He said
What
brawl
the,
for it all.
that's not the name of it.
I think they allow that.
You know what I'm acquainted to? Let's go back to '06, Willie. If they ask you something and you say and
Hold on,
you added an extra and you
Brother,
add
I
first of
know it.
all,
What are you talking about?
we have
time out,
no
I didn't say nothing.
recollection.
What are you
Time out. I
talking
didn't
about?
say nothing.
You
I
talking,
didn't say anything.
you talking,
I didn't say anything. And I said,
man,
and you added that A in there, what
no
would have happened?
idea what
What
happened in
was it? Willie,
2006.
was you in
Brother,
law school in 2000?
and
No, he was at double state.
I was continuing
I'm
my
speaking in code here.
education
I'm
at
speaking in
the
code. I'm
illustrious
speaking in
Norfolk
code.
State
Nah,
University
because we don't know
as
who.
a
We,
psychology major.
It's
mm-hmm.
20 years, 20 years. What they gonna do to me?
Hey man, nah,
Yeah, I
we
know
have.
I'm right. Add an extra A and see what happens. That
Hey,
ain't right.
I have no idea what you
All
referring
right,
to.
Yeah, I
next
bet.
question.
I bet you don't.
That's why.
All right, so we're gonna move on to a new category called the Gold Rush. All right. So first person yells it out.
Made this last category because we about to time out.
Yeah, I got you. We're good. What just happened here? Okay. I'm gonna ask 3 questions. This title was made specifically for the TNA's No Limit Blank division.
What is the X
X,
division?
yeah, X division.
Right? This title was first held by Shane Douglas in the early 1990s.
What is the European title? I got it. Damn. I had it. Oh, fuck.
Shane Douglas did.
I mean, I know who it
It's not
is.
that hard when you really think about it.
The Franchise, 1990s.
Yeah, no, I can't. No,
Really?
What is a hardcore? No?
I knew it was hardcore.
The ECW championship?
Oh, yeah.
Close enough. Shit.
See,
Tomatoes,
actually, no.
tomatoes. Tomatoes.
And the
Tomatoes.
last one. This title was first won by Norman Smiley in 1999.
I have no idea. I
What
don't
is the
know.
European
Yeah,
title?
think of his character. Think of his character.
I don't even remember
Wiggle.
Norma Smiley.
The wiggle,
Mr.
bruh.
Wiggles, you know who
The
Norman
wiggle,
Smiley
bruh.
was.
Mr. Wiggles.
The big wiggle. You
Boy.
know who
I'm
Mr.
about to have to Google that. I don't remember that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong. I
You
remember the
say he
name.
was the first person to win this?
Yeah, he's the first person to win the belt.
For real?
This particular belt.
Dang.
It's a
The
defunct
hardcore
belt now. I know
the
that.
hardcore championship.
Hold
They
on.
turned it into
He
Norman
wasn't the
Smiley.
first winner.
He was the first
Who
winner
did he
of that?
face? Who did he face?
you know who he faced. Probably
No,
let
I
me
do.
see.
Hold on. All right. No, so I remember him, but he was the first European champion?
I didn't say European.
Nah,
I didn't say European at all.
Oh,
He wasn't even in
hardcore. Oh,
W.
my bad. I thought you said
nah,
European.
Mankind was.
So,
Norman
you said.
No.
Smiley was in WCW.
So you saying
And
he was
what?
the first hardcore championship
In
in WC?
WCW,
You didn't
yes.
say that though. You didn't say WCW.
All I said was hardcore championship. You know he won the first hardcore championship with WWF
I'm
because
be
that was
honest with you. I
Mankind.
didn't even know WCW had a hardcore championship.
Well, you were
They
you
did
were
very,
late at
very like you know, weren't that
all
crazy.
right,
But
guys.
you didn't say WCW. You said this
I don't have to. Why would I have to say
You would
that?
have to say that because
because
No,
if I said Mankind, then I would have been
the
biased.
hardcore championship is specifically identified with WWE. Like when you think hardcore championship, you think WWE.
but I also said Norman Smiley. No, I didn't say Norman Smiley. I said this person. No, I did. Yeah, I said Norman Smiley. He was never in WWF.
Yeah,
True,
you're right.
true.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's
He
okay, guys. We're
wasn't
never going.
WWF though.
I'll
He wasn't.
handle all the wrestling
He
trivia,
was. He
guys.
wasn't WWF briefly.
I'll handle the wrestling trivia.
Shut your ass.
Man, we gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for locking in with us for episode 46
man.
of Yes We Still Watch Wrestling.
We see the follower count going up. We see the views count going up, man. Thank
Brick
y'all.
by brick,
We like
we
brick by brick.
building.
We appreciate everything, man. That's all love. We really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all continue to lock in with us. We on Facebook, we on YouTube, we on Instagram, we on TikTok. Continue to like and subscribe to the content. But in the meantime, hope y'all have a blessed week, an amazing week, man. We'll catch y'all for episode 47. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
One.